Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and Black Ice version 13 and the Japan campaign. And in this episode we are going to kick off our invasion of the Soviet Union. And in fact we're going to hit that decision right now. Now we are suffering from a little bit of fuel and supply problems. Now we've had some events trigger and we're getting quite a bit of fuel from puppets, to be honest with you, which is helping us immensely. But with this attack, we're going to see fuel supplies probably get hit quite heavily. Now, I am wondering how good or badly this is going to go, because we've got a relatively large amount of divisions good to go, and we're not going to probably see too many additional problems on that front. But the question will be is how do we best handle the movement of forces effectively. So we're going to do that, and then we'll go with you, and then you'll both go in there. The trick will be, can we attack and push through the Soviet forces pretty damn quickly, to be honest with you. That's going to be the trick of the trade. In fact, we'll move... we'll move you into there as well. And then let's take you round to here. Let's bring these guys over. Because we're going to be getting the jump on them, I don't think we need to worry too much. Let's move out our divisions here. And yeah, let's move you up like so. You're all in a good space. You're in a good space getting into support there. And then let's move these infantry in there, let's move that in there, and then let's push you over. So the border isn't massively well defended at the moment. The other thing I'm doing is moving the Kido Butai over towards the Indian Ocean, because that's where I think our next kind of best area or bet is to attack. And hopefully, by bringing in some of our ships, etc. into port and not wasting fuel, that will help us immensely. But we'll have to see. But going to war with the Soviets might be a terrible idea, but equally, it's fun. Let's do it, because yeah, it's fun. We want to have fun. That's going to be key, and this is definitely on the fun spectrum. Okay, so we've got a pretty big airbase there. Let's rebase these guys over to there. And then we might want to take these mediums and getting them over here. We do also have a relatively large amount of planes here. Let's give you a commander. You've got one already. In fact, let's get all the aces together. And then let's maybe get them in situ in that large airbase there. And then we do have a twin engine fighter as well that we'll probably want to use. And I don't think we've got anything else immediately from a naval perspective. Okay, so light cruiser escort role, that's good. Let's do the light cruiser training there. Okay, and these are all going well. So that's good. That's what we like to see. And you know what, we'll move you up north. You can go up north, and yeah, you can carry on forwards that way. Okay, and our tanks are doing a pretty decent job here. But we might want to do a little bit of ground attack work just to really get the ball rolling. And you know what? Let's move up these garrisons, because they can act as like an additional stopgap in that part of the world. And I would imagine, yeah, we can attack into here. Let's do a support attack there. We should push through quite nicely against Zhejiang. And you know what? We'll move up this cavalry unit as well. Every little helps. More bodies. Yeah, we're wanting to pull back our submarines as well. Again, got one eye on fuel. That's not as ideal. Let's move you back. Okay, we can probably reinforce that area. So, where are our ships? So, most of them are over there. We do have somewhere... Yeah, let's bring you over. Yeah, and you can pick up that infantry division on the way. Okay, we've managed to kick into there. Okay, let's take both of these units, and then we'll take you that way, and you can go that way, cover the flanks. And then we'll have you move like that, and we'll have you move like this. And then we'll have you three go like that, and then you know what, we'll have the fascist militia move that way as well. Okay, and then I can see we've got some more infantry. Let's try and like cut off this. That feels like a worthwhile exercise. Okay, submarines actually managed to kill a destroyer there. That's good going. Okay, and then let's also get these. And let's move them over to here. I'm actually going to just lower the game volume a bit. Okay, that felt very loud. Okay, and we are beating that back. Okay, so good victory there. Right, one of our divisions did get its ass handed to it. Let's take them that way. Then let's take two divisions that way, and then take them that way, and then you can head north. You can go like that. We're going to want to take and move on Vladivostok very quickly. Right, and yeah, you're all built out. We're going to move you like so. Go like that with you. Yeah, that all looks good. So the punch has worked out so far. Okay, and the very small amount of divisional issues that we're seeing at the moment are also being worked through. Okay, and I think we want to go like that with you. We'll go like that with you, and we'll go like this with you. And yeah, like so. Okay, and that's a good victory there. Let's try and support with the bombers, because I think some of these attacks are going to be expedited by a little bit of bomber support. we are hemorrhaging fuel. But at least our supply situation is pretty good. Let's equalize this a little bit. Yeah, that still has a lot of the convoys being built and the like. Okay, another good victory in India. The India front is coming along very nicely. Okay, and we're going to move forwards like that. We could do with some more divisions. So, part of the reason why I've moved these ships over to Rangoon is I want to get our forces ready for an attack over towards here to maybe clear out some divisions. I'm kind of looking at this island as being like a first port of call, but we'd have to see what works best. And 245s there, that's fine. Let's do both of those. And let's get you over to here. We might... Do we want to use these guys for garrisons? I think the answer to that question is probably yes. Let's get those divisions. Move them up in this direction. And then, yeah, let's get you and also move you up. Another 3 divisions will do the world of good over there. And then let's take you over to here. Let's take you over to here. And then let's take you over to there. Put a little bit of a garrison in place. And that really is everything, isn't it? Okay, so another victory there. Oh, and the only thing I didn't do is I didn't attack with these guys. Let's get them in, and then let's support after that with the core commands. Right there. Getting counter-attacked or beaten back very nicely. Okay, let's deal with that little rebellion. And yeah, our ships are nearly there. Okay, 2 weeks in. Things are going pretty good. Okay, and we've managed to see some more Soviet Union units here that we need to push on to. Okay, you're in a good place. Let's move down towards where the police station is, as well as here. Then you're going to get into position. We'll use the life division to push out, as well as you. You can get into situ there, so can you. Right, we'll leave the garrisons at the base of there. Okay, and then there's heavy warship armament. Now, that does let us do battleship class, so we will do that one. We're going to have some more escorts due out soon, which is good. Okay, and how are you doing? We are pushing through. It's just taking a little bit more time than we might like. But that's okay. We could, if we wanted... No, we can't make it. Oh well. Not sure if we have another good airbase further north. Not at the moment. We want to capture Shilka. And it's one motorized division that's holding us up at the moment. And a good victory there that can push on. Okay, so we like that as well. So we've lost Hafras. Now, taking this one will be pretty helpful and get us to where we want to go. Let's just defend that. We'll move you up to there. You can go to there. Get all of those in position. We move up the specialist light infantry as quickly as we can. Got some more divisions here that, to be honest with you, would be ideal in that part of the world. Let's take that infantry. Transport there. Then we can go start picking up more infantry units for use over here. Oh, in fact... there is... Where did... Okay, so yeah, those are the landing units. Let's bring you back over to here. I don't know what we did with all of our infantry that we had in that part of the world. Ah! You're all... Ah, good. Right, let's go rebase you there. Yeah, we're going to try and do a two-front knockout against them. Take out the British, and then that would open up... Well, if Afghanistan was to join us, that would open up another front opportunity against the Soviets. Okay, let's move you down to here. And then, yeah, you're slightly slow, but you'll get where we want you to get to. Our fuel is about to get completely fucked. But that is typical. Right, let's move you like that. We want to go towards the coast, the north here, and cut off this entire area if we can. We've already got one small encirclement ready round Vladivostok. And then let's use these bombers here to support that attack. And let's drop the speed down a little bit just because I'm maybe being a little bit too rushy with my work here. Okay, you're moving into position nicely. Good. This is all very good. Right, let's give these guys a little bit of an opportunity to rest up and recuperate. And then the next question is, do we want to pull any of our other forces back? So yeah, you're all in a good position. Got some fighter cover. Got some medium bombers here that we could send over in this direction. We want bombers with the most range. Yeah, we'll put them in that. They can be our ground support. Yeah, you're going to follow that out. Already moving up very nicely in this part of the world. And then all of you are going to move like that. Going to get you into position over there. Okay, and then yeah, from you could just keep that bottled up. Seems like a good idea. First of all, let's attach them in, and then let's do a superiority mission over here. Okay, and you've got the base of that covered nicely. That's a very weak unit. That's another very weak unit. Okay, and I can see some slightly annoying convoy raiders out and around. Let's stop that from happening immediately. That's all good. We've got a little bit more fuel. So that's going to help us a little bit. Okay, and lack of fuel is really hampering them. And them as well, but that should get resolved. Okay, and we're going to win that battle there. Okay, and yeah, another core of units, another 3 divisions is going to be very helpful into India. Right, let's support that there. Just with a little bit more help. And it'd be good to get us around on that, like, East African division. So yeah, we've taken some major cities. Okay, so submarine radar at 45, sure thing. Direct fire as well. Command decision making. There's never any harm in that. Okay, and they've started to speed up as well off the back of having had some fuel arrive. Although they're gonna really struggle. And yeah, let's use our bombers to just lend a bit of a helping hand there. Okay, and that garrison unit is about to get absolutely done in. About to reinforce it for starters, and a logistic tech is always welcome in a situation where your fuel situation is not great. And they've just slowed down again. Luckily they're going to get into port. Yeah, so we've got grand total of 6 marine divisions there, locked and loaded. We've just been attacked in Funjin, which, considering the amount of divisions we've got in there that do have anti-tank, probably isn't a logical choice. Right, and you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to take that in that direction, and we're going to make a move that way. Because I'm going to gamble that the divisions we've got down here are going to be more than enough to finish the job in this part of the world. It's going to give us a pretty major port. Let's move you like that. Let's move you like that as well. Let's take the infantry northwards along with this unit of militia. Let's take you to cover their flank. And then we want the motorized units to really push out, right? You're in a good spot. So, yeah, you're moving up nicely. Let's take one division. Well, in fact, let's secure the flanks first. So you should be able to easily defeat Korkoroy. Okay. And we might want to prioritize a little bit more fuel conversion. A lot of it's just going into that convoyed out, which isn't so good. Oh, and you're still clearing out the Indies area. In a very slow-going manner. Yeah, I wonder... I mean, you've got a lot of fuel. Nope, they don't want it. Okay, and that's quite an easy victory there. Our commanders are generally better, which I do find a little bit surprising. Another training center. You up like that. Yeah, we're not struggling there, that's for sure. Okay, there's Vladivostok. And then, yeah, we'll take the cav in and around the flank. Yeah, the cavalry isn't going to be overly good, but It will help at least defend our rear areas. Well, hey. And then that's a little bit more leadership. That's good. We just want it. Banda. Okay, and we can just keep our little push happening down here in the south. It'd be really good if we could get ourselves kind of towards here, because we do want to launch a naval invasion. We might want to launch it. Mangalore might be a good stopgap. Equally, though, the ballsy move is to go for Bombay. And I am ballsy. If I had any fuel at all, that's what I would do. The next time we get a fuel trade, we will definitely go for it. Oh, we got the fuel refinery come online. Ah, happy days. Okay, well that's actually really, really good. Okay, get you in there. And yeah, we want that one done. We'll do battleship crew training. And then yeah, get a little bit of that out. So we've got some more destroyers and things due at the end of August. Any other... No other fuel stockpiles, unfortunately, from our puppets. That is a shame. Right, let's try and lend a bit of a hand there. And then let's maybe use these units to do a ground attack to support that. Okay, and then we can move you up. You can go like that. Let's take you and you and you like so. You're already in a really good place there. Take you up northwards. In fact, we'll take you like that to support the infantry. And we'll take this militia unit that way. And we'll take... Oh, you guys need to... We'll take that one there. But then you two help against that militia. Okay, and I think... Did we win here? We did. So we might even ford over here as well, and that really will spell the end of their Far East units. Okay, I'm happy to pay more money for that. Dual purpose up to the next level. Fine with that. 26k. It's a decent amount. We're still doing a load of upgrades though, and that would be good if they would end. What do you think, upgrades? Okay, so we managed to get you into position. And you guys are taking your very slow time. And this set of cavalry is moving around very nicely. Let's support attack. Yeah, that's a good victory there. That's what we like to see. And that's pretty slow going. Okay, and then let's take you down to there. And you know what, India? If you want to help us with our fuel situation, I am always for it when we have a fair chunk of change, money-wise, to work with. Okay, so you're clearing that out. You're clearing this out. A couple of very small-scale garrison units. Okay, ground attack on there. And you know what? Let's support attack with that guard division. And just get them to move in. Okay, so rapid fire support defense is working. And then, yeah, you're moving up to take that port. So the Far East is going the way that we'd like it to. Get you in like that. Okay, for month 1, we could be doing a lot worse than this against the Soviets, that's for sure. And they're employing some German tactics. And happy with that for the high ballistic, for the ballistic gun. That one's good. Let's do this. Get ourselves up to 79 leadership. Okay. And there will be no escape. Okay, so Zorkoi. Got these infantry moving up. Let's bring this down to like 100 odd. Just because I'm expecting that to make a lot of sense. Okay, and this has been a real demonstration of the Japanese army. They've been taking kind of second string really since we declared war on the Americans. But yeah, we've got to give credit where it's due. Okay, and they're getting their supplies at the moment. It's just the mega fuel dumps that we're wanting to try and chase down. Okay, and they're about to lose. I don't suppose you feel like doing a little bit of air intercept, do you? And I get the impression, yes, that you just broke. But that's okay. You know what? We'll send you south towards Indonesia again. You were just extra bodies, really, just if we needed them. Let's take you and you that way. Let's take the motorized units here over the river, and then we'll take you south. And then we'll take you that way, and all 4 of you. In fact, you can go like so. Yeah, that feels like a nice, simple, organized route. And then we'll put the support in where we can. Okay, and the tank unit has been broken. Let's move around the coast. Nearly gotten you in. Our tanks are moving up steadily towards these locations here, so completing yet more encirclements. Let's move you like that. We'll take you around there. And we'll take you in to follow. Lots of militia over here. Like, not a lot of kind of actual decent units. Just a lot of militia. Okay, and your supply from Shanghai. No surprise there. Let's take and do a ground attack mission with you. Now we're about to wipe some garrisons off the map. Okay, and all of our defenses are holding very nicely. Capital warship at 45, sure thing. Do the submarine training. And then funnel a little bit more into that side of things. Don't need any more money. I need fuel. Okay, so yeah, you're in a good position, you're in a good position, you're in a good position, you're in a good one, and then we'll take that guard unit. Ah, you don't have fuel. Even though it says you have fuel, you don't have fuel. But you have fuel now. Okay, and yeah, we want to link up with our forces over here. Okay, so we're going to take you that way, and then the other 5 are going to go straight there towards the capital. And you know what? We're going to put a puppet conquer mission on you. Got more captured mines there. We're going to go for a puppet mission on Mongolia. And we're going to go for a puppet mission on Tano Tuva. Yeah, all the puppets. Okay, we're beating both of those back. Let's take you there. You can go like this. You can make a move like that. Okay, you're in a good spot. Yeah, we're spreading out nicely. We should start to see the enemy really begin to break here and there. Alright, we managed to get over the river at Shilka. We've won a battle there. Okay, there's spotting. Yeah, it's all coming up Millhouse. And let's go for over there. We could now counterattack. Okay, and they can't get involved there. Take you round here. Go finish forming up the garrison. Okay, and there is no units left of any note on this side. We've got 3 divisions here that we're dealing with. No breakout is going to be possible. Yeah, we got a clear shot into the city there. And then let's do a little bit of ground attack in that part of the world. Then we can just hold off with both of you. And in fact, we can even bring you north to be a little bit of a defensive position. And then let's try to ford over here. So 2 divisions ran away immediately. I think we've definitely got the ability here. It's a little bit slow to catch up with them. Okay, one little core garrison group there. Okay, we need to move quick enough that we guarantee ourselves enough support, but not so quickly that we cause ourselves no end of problems down the line. And yeah, you can move up like this. Okay, so carrier group doctrine. Get commerce defense to the next level. All of this is worth doing. Anything that will help our troops. Okay, and there is an airbase here. So we could send over this close air support group. Like that might do the job. Let's do ground attack there. They're going to need to rest probably for a minute. I don't think they'll start attacking immediately. So take one motorized unit that way, another one there, and another one across. Start moving towards this lake area here and Irkutsk. Irkutsk. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so we are getting some sinkings happening, but we'll do what we can. Okay, and our tanks trying to ford the river over there quite nicely. Right, and you're going to move like lightning, Mr. Motorized. Yeah, you can go like that. You can go like this. You can go over there. Yeah, we'll take the militia and our slightly worse units in that part of that direction. Our mechanized forces are moving up quite nicely. Okay, and... oh, you're being counterattacked. Okay, and that's looking like a good victory there. A few good things going our way. Move you there. Let's move you over there. Start moving up some of the divisions over here. Yeah, and you've got a good through line into that part of the world. We don't want to give them a chance to regroup or redress the balance, anything like that. In fact, let's try and help with some planes, getting them over there. And yeah, we're gonna build what we'd like. I would say is at a minimum we need to build a defensive line, maybe along here, centered on like the lake here and maybe the rivers. That would probably be ideal. And yeah, you're slowly moving on up. Get you to there. And then, yeah, all of our specialized light infantry are taking their sweet time. As is this transport fleet. I wonder if they've got the ability to actually puncture. They don't. We're getting an armor bonus. You know, even if the terrain isn't overly helping us. And then I know there's gold in the far north, which, you know, I would like. Okay, and yeah, all of these units are sorting out the pincer. Might as well move you like that. You can go over to like this. Okay. And yeah, those little bits are moving on up too. Okay, this is good. This is what we like to see. We've got one infantry unit doing a fighting retreat. Ground attack there. 44. And you know what? We want to do those CAG techs as well. We can't let our naval assets fall to the wayside while we play catch up with our infantry, because that is what we are doing. Okay, Ballot Silka. Okay, and yeah, you're in a good spot. Let's move you around like this. And we are closing in on the Mongolian capital against very little resistance. And we can take you like this. You can go like that. We can move up our infantry. Corps commands. Make sure that we don't lose our radio range of anyone. And we are about to close the noose on, again, a pretty decent haul of divisions. They're not top of the range kind of and line units, but you know, every little that we can take. And in fact, that's going to be an encirclement over there, and that's going to wipe. I mean, that's seven units off the board. plus, you know, the ones down here that we've already eviscerated. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad day at the office. Like, they had a pretty good amount of units over here at the start. And it will take them... The kind of main thing we need to do is try to rely on victory in lots of smaller scale engagements like this. And building up a good defensive position. Okay, and he is losing it. Okay, so we've lost a battle there at Kanka, but we can move in our reinforcement right there immediately. We're going to defend that nicely. Okay, good bit of positioning there. And we can move both of those units up into there. Start the surround of Nagpur. That is the slowest going transport ever. You know what? We'd rather have probably... Yeah, you go like that. You like that. And then you going like that. Yeah, I would say that's probably better. Okay, divisional headquarters. Okay, so command control. Airborne units. And then, does that do anything else for us? No, no additional unlocks. Although pre-calculating artillery, mobile defense, they're worth getting. We're already getting all the blitzkrieg techs we can, so yeah, those will help. A little bit more for supplies. And some destroyers when they come live. Okay, and yeah, one single infantry unit that we're having to deal with. Close this off and then start the little push over there. Okay, and that's a good victory there. Move you like that. In fact, let's take you along there. Going to close in on the capital. Okay, you're in a good spot. Go on, finish off Nikolai Andonev. Cool gun. Okay. We're learning all the place names. Right, and if we wanted this to be on, I don't know, 75... how much does that leave us with? About 50. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, good. Good victory. And a lot of divisions that are going to get freed up. Okay, a little bit of a counterattack happening there. Let's get you up to this air base. We're going to try and keep our units moving on up. Do a support attack. Okay, so a couple of the techs are done over here for, yeah, so medium's fine. Panzerkeil. Let's do both of these. Everything to help our divisions. And you know what? I think I'm going to call it an episode here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you next episode of Hearts of Iron 3 and the Japan campaign. Thanks again. Bye-bye.